So this is your folder. Do we do this first or do we do this first?
So far this year has not been quite what I expected out of 7th grade. As we go into conferences, there are a few things I would like to share with you about my first quarter at ASMS.
What I love about student-led conferences is that students are taking ownership of their learning, that students are doing most of the talking and sharing the information with their parents. Parents seem to have better questions when they're talking to teachers because they've been able to hear what their student has to say as they present about their grades and present their work to them, as well as their self-reflection. And I think it's a better process that allows everybody to have a better picture and understand more fully what is happening in the classroom.
And then that's my test it's like a pre-test for something that we're going to do later.
Okay.
Or this is our old test. Yeah, that's our old test. Never mind.
Okay. All right. I love this. Look what you did. Oh my gosh.
So in the past, when we did conferences with parents, compared to how we do conferences now with our student-led conferences, I oftentimes was frustrated because there were a lot of conferences where parents didn't even show up with their kids. And we spent the entire time talking about a student, and yet the student wasn't even there to be able to make the changes or be able to reflect on how their grade had been. Now that we do student-led conferences, the student is the one who is presenting their material to the parent. They're the ones that are doing the reflecting on how they have been doing in the classroom and any changes that they need to make academically or behaviorally. And then we set up a plan with the parent moving forward and the teachers on what kind of changes that we want to make. But the key is that the student is at the center of every discussion that we're having and all of the plans that we're making.
This is 6th grade of fall last year. So this is the
okay.
gains that she
here's where
has
I
made.
am.
This is
so where is
7th
she
grade.
supposed to be now?
150.
Oh.
So she's fine. Now
Okay.
for vocabulary, so we want her.
Well, we started basically because we were not getting the attendance rate that we wanted. So we were getting typically I think low 30s, like 32, 33, 34%. And so we just wanted to figure out a more convenient way for families to make it. And one of the barriers to people getting here seemed to be the time slot thing. So we figured if you had more of a window of time and you weren't confined to certain times, that it would improve attendance.
Then try to bump this up a little bit.
My impressions of student-led conferences are, I think that they're actually really productive. I love the fact that I get to hear from my child and that she has to explain everything that's been going on in her life, and I get to hear her perspective. And it's really valuable, being though she and I talk at home. I get more out of her this way than if we were just to connect after school.
I had a D and an F, and then I got it to an A or a B.